Hello, am I audible, my dears? My dear friends, am I audible? Am I audible, my dear friends? Hello, am I audible? Okay, good evening, my dear buddies. Welcome to Go School Learning. We are the fastest growing EdTech in Kuwait. Our main aim is to provide the quality education for all. I'm your favorite Paul Thomas sir from the Department of Biology of Go School Learning Center. So here we are going with the pre-board special live from the Go School Learning. Here today we are going to discuss about the major two chapters from our one of the most weightage having subject, that is none other than your biology subject. It's not physics, it's not chemistry, it's all about our biology, because biology will be having 30 marks, and if you're studying about the 5 chapters, you will be able to score the 30 marks into your pockets. Yeah, it's not into your pockets. Ultimately, after the CBSE board examination overs, you will be getting that marks itself. Okay, so I was just giving a confidence for you. Okay, so here we are going to discuss about the major 2 chapters from our biology, that is our environment as well as the heredity. By studying the chapter our environment, you will be able to score around 5 marks, and at the same time, that is my assurance. And from the category of our heredity, while you are studying the heredity chapter, you will be able to score around 5 to 6 marks, because there will be one assertion reason type question. At the same time, there might be a chance for multiple choice questions also. At the same time, there might be a chance for questions in the section E category, that is which will be for 4 marks itself. That means collectively on an average scale, we will be able to score around 4 to 5 marks from this heredity itself. By combining this heredity as well as our environment, you will be able to score around 9 to 10 marks. So let's start our sessions. Yeah, please put your comment in the comments here. Rabiha, thank you so much, dear. Yes, I know you were eagerly waiting to conduct this session, Yes, please put your comment in the comment section. Now we are moving on to our chapter itself. So here, now we need to discuss about the chapter number 13, that is our environment itself. Yeah, here, one of the most important questions from this chapter is, how can we help in reducing the problems of waste disposal? Suggest any 3 methods. So we already studied about the biodegradable waste as well as a non-biodegradable waste too. Okay, biodegradable waste which will be acted by the decomposers, and finally will be able to degrade the waste completely. But when it comes to the case of non-biodegradable waste, that cannot be degraded by the decomposers, like because plastic waste, fiber waste, such kind of plastic waste we will not be able to degrade. It's not we will be able to, decomposers will not be able to decompose that fully or partially, because they are made up of plastic like substances. Okay, here they are discussing about how can we help in reducing the problems of waste disposal. Suggest any 3 methods. Okay, there are different types of methods that will aid in the waste disposal process also, and one of the methods we can discuss about landfilling. Okay, landfilling, incineration. Otherwise we can, in the case of biodegradable waste, we can do the vermicomposting. In addition to this, what do you mean by landfilling? The landfilling means most of the biodegradable wastes will be collected by the different agencies, and that will be deposited into a scientifically constructed land. That is exactly what we call the landfilling. And when it comes to the incineration, in the case of incineration, we will be incinerating, because there will be particular instruments or there will be particular factories which is specifically designed for the incineration, where we will be putting the non-biodegradable wastes, and that will be heated upon the high temperature to form ashes. That method is simply called incineration. And next one is vermicompost. Okay, vermicompost is applicable only in the case of biodegradable waste. Okay, so vermicompost will be only applicable in the case of biodegradable waste. Biodegradable waste means waste which we will be getting from the kitchen halls. Okay, kitchen, we will be getting kitchen hall waste itself, like animal waste and plant waste that can be dumped into a dig-like structure. Okay, that can be deposited in dig itself, and into that, you will be able to put the vermicompost. You will be able to put the worms itself, and using the worm itself, the biodegradable waste will be degraded into their simplest form. That means complex organic matters will be decomposed into simple inorganic substances by the action of worms, like earthworms, because earthworms are the worms which are tremendously used in the case of vermicomposting. At the same time, when we are dumping the biodegradable waste into a specifically constructed structures, there will be the action of decomposers like fungus as well as bacteria. They will be acted upon this kind of biodegradable wastes to form inorganic substances from the complex organic matters itself. Okay, that's why what we are calling it as vermicomposting. If the composting is done with the help of earthworms, that is simply called vermicomposting. After the vermicomposting, we will be getting a fertile rich soil, that is itself is called nutrient rich medium, that is called humus. Okay, and these are the methods. In this case, this is a 3-mark question. Okay, which is a 3-mark question, and first of all you need to explain what do you mean landfilling, what do you mean incineration, and followed by the what do you mean vermicomposting also. If you're explaining like which I explained, you will be able to score the 3 marks completely in your CBSE board examination. In addition to that, you can also implement, or you can also introduce some other concepts, that is 3 R's concepts. 3 R's concepts. So what do you mean by 3 R's concepts? 3 R's concepts is also widely used by the different nations to reduce their non-biodegradable waste itself. That is reduce. First R is represented by reduce and reuse, and next one is recycle. Okay, reuse means whenever we are getting any plastic clothes or plastic bags, after the use we can reuse that. After washing, we can reuse that. That is simply called reuse principle. And when it comes to reduce principles, if you are buying lot of plastic clothes and at the same time plastic bags, that may not be suitable for our environment. That will create some other negative impact to the environment itself. And to avoid that problems, you can reduce the amount, or you can reduce the amount which you are purchasing. Like this, from the groceries, you will be getting a lot of plastic waste in the form of plastic bags. Okay, and if you are only keeping 2 or 3 bags, if you are regularly using that again and again, we will be able to use this principle, that is reduce, because you need to use the very little amount or very little number plastic waste will be generated if you are using this reduce principle. And when it comes to the recycle, recycle means you will be able to recycle that particular plastic waste, and that can be recycled into an aesthetic products, like we will be creating some flower showcases, and we will be constructing or creating some stands in which we will be able to put some flowers. Like this, aesthetic product can be derived from the category of the recycling of particular product itself. So this is enough. This is only for our 3-mark question. So this question is very important, and I hope you are writing every questions as well as every answers in your notebook. Sir, yeah, okay, I will discuss about it. Yeah, a lot of students are there. Okay, thank you so much. Reduce, recycle. Yeah, my students are giving the comments in the comment section itself. Yeah, Ghost Koreans, please. Ghost Koreans, and those who are not Ghost Koreans, so you can come into the comment section and we can discuss about all the concepts. Okay, in this case, you are attending a live session. Every questions of the Ghost Learning Center is very important. You will be surprised while seeing your CBSE board examination paper. At the same time, you will be like, okay, this question was discussed by the polls or in the YouTube live session. Okay, how could you avoid this kind of sessions from the Ghost Learning Center? You need to focus on each and every aspect. It's very mandatory to take your notebook. Those who haven't taken your notebook, please take your notebook and write down the question as well as the answers too. That's very important, because we only have 1 hour. Within half an hour, we need to complete the concepts of our environment. After that, we need to go for another chapter, that is heredity. Okay, I hope you have the energy to Stay with this session. Yeah. Now we can discuss about the next question. Yeah. How is ozone formed in the higher levels of the atmosphere? Damage the ozone layer is a cause of concern. Justify the statement. Okay. If it is for 2 marks, how will you be able to justify this statement? How is ozone formed in the higher levels of atmosphere? So first, we need to discuss about how is ozone formed in the layer of the atmosphere. That is the first question. And internal question is, damage the ozone layer is a cause of concern. Justify the statement. We can justify the statement. Yes. How can we justify the statement? Yes. Yeah. Ozone is O3 molecule, which is very deadly poison. Okay, O3 is considered to be ozone, and ozone is considered to be deadly poison. But the major specialty is that this deadly poison and their accumulation in the atmospheric layer, especially the stratosphere layer of the atmosphere, they will act as a protective layer to shield. They will act as a shield or a protective layer to overcome this UV radiation which comes from the sunlight, and they will not allow this UV radiation to hit on our Earth's surface itself. That is a major importance of our ozone layer. Even though they act as a deadly poison, they will be act as a shielding layer in the atmosphere layer, especially the stratosphere layer itself. That means they are providing every animals, every organisms, or every plants on the Earth itself. That is the importance of our ozone layer. The question is, how is ozone formed in the higher levels of the atmosphere? Okay, the oxygen is always existing in the molecular form. Okay, due to the UV radiations. Let me explain. Okay, the UV radiation will be passes from our sunlight itself. Okay. The UV radiations which will be comes from the sunlight. Okay. From the sunlight we will be getting UV radiations, and whenever this UV radiation hit into the oxygen molecular oxygen, what happens is that oxygen molecule will be split into oxygen atom itself, and the splitted oxygen atom will be again bind with the molecular oxygen. Whenever the molecular oxygens are there, if some of the oxygen molecules may not split for this undergoing processes. Okay, if some of the oxygen molecules are not splitting, that oxygen molecules will combine with the splitted O atoms to form O3 molecules, that is ozone molecules itself, and their accumulation will be forming an ozone layer. Form an ozone layer which will be protecting or which will be acting as a shield envelope for protecting all the organisms on the earth. This is how ozone layer is formed. And next question, don't forget about the next question. In every question there will be internal subpart also. You need to understand, otherwise you will not be able to score the good marks. Okay. And next internal question is, damage the ozone layer is a cause of concern. Justify the statement. Yes, I already told you, because of this century, because of the usage of high air polluting substances from CFC. The air polluting substances are exactly called CFC, that is chlorofluorocarbon, which will be emitted from our refrigerator. And air conditioner. Okay, air conditioners, and if it is released or emission, if it is released from the refrigerator as well as air conditioners, the CFCs, which is simply called a chlorofluorocarbon, which will be end up in the stratosphere layer where the ozone layer is present, and they will be degrading that layer and forming, thereby there will be the formation of our ozone. There will be the formation of ozone holes itself. If the ozone holes are forming, or if these compounds FCFCs are creating the disintegration of that particular ozone layer, there might be a chance for entrapping the UV radiation, and that UV radiation will be hit on the surface of Earth. If the UV radiations are hitting onto any of the animals, that finally leads to skin cancer. There might be a chance for skin cancer. At the same time, that may also causes immunological problems also. If you are writing all this point, likewise I explained, you will be able to score full marks. That is my assurance. Okay, trust goes called trust me. Yes, Abhinav. Yeah, everyone is here. Nihal, Abhinav, aerospace praise. Yes, Abhinav, that is perfect. Yes, perfect. My students are here. Yeah, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your support, my dear students. Now we can discuss. Yeah, this is the highlighted portions from your textbook. This is a highlighted portion from your textbook. I have already explained every points. You can take the screenshot of this page along with your poster. I will pause for a while. Okay, anyway, I'm not pausing for a while. Okay, you can take the screenshot if you need this highlighted portions. Okay, and these are the explanation. I have already given these explanations. Yeah, and next question. Yeah. The third question is write one differences between biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. List to impact. List to impact of each type of the waste if it is accumulated on the environment, if it is not disposed properly. Okay. And what is the major differences between biodegradable as well as non-biodegradable waste? Okay. There will be two types of waste. One is biodegradable. Biodegradable waste. Okay, and next one is non-biodegradable waste. Okay, they asked to write at least one differences between biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. Okay, now we can say the major point. Biodegradable waste, I'm only writing the exact point, you need to explain that in the sentences. Okay, biodegradable waste are the waste that can be acted by the activities of our decomposers. Okay, the biodegradable waste, because decomposers have the ability to act upon the biodegradable waste and the complex organic matter, will be converted into simple inorganic substances, inorganic nutrients itself, and this process is known as decomposition. The overall process is simply called the decomposition, which will be enrich the nutrient level in our soil, and thereby they will be causing the soil fertility, increases the soil fertility too. And when it comes to non-biodegradable waste, and if it is needed, we can explain, you need to explain or you need to put one example at least. So what is the example for the biodegradable waste, dears? Yes, what is the example for the biodegradable waste? The example for the biodegradable waste are kitchen waste or animal waste. Yes, you know that. And next one is non-biodegradable waste. Okay, non-biodegradable waste are the waste that may not acted by the decomposers, that cannot be degraded by the decomposers into simple forms, that will be remained in the environment for a longer time, and thereby they will be disrupt the ecological process like nutrient recycling, and finally if their accumulation is more in the environment itself, that will be negatively affect the growth of our useful bacteria or decomposers or fungus itself. Okay, so here the example for the non-biodegradable waste include the plastic waste itself. Yes, plastic. Where is my comment box? Yeah, did you become an inactive state? Did you become into an inactive state? Okay, please comment it. Kitchen waste. Yeah, Nihal, Abhinav, my dear students, my lovely students, comment it because you are giving the energy for this class. Okay, students are the inevitable part of our journey. Students are the inevitable part of our Go School Learning Center. Yes, everyone is commenting. Thank you so much. Okay, the next question, don't forget the next question. List two impact of each type of the accumulated waste on the environment if it's not dispersed properly. Okay, now we can discuss, yeah, these are the major differences between biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. Okay, and you know one thing, these are the impact of our biodegradable waste. If we are not at all disposing the biodegradable waste properly, there might be a chance for the spreading of the diseases by the flies, bacteria, etc. That will cause us different types of illness, and this illness will be caused by the microorganism itself. And second one is, if the biodegradable waste are not at all disposed properly, there might be the chance of the liberation or the release of methane gas, Okay, methane gas and other greenhouse gases can also be released. As a result, they will also cause us pollution. They will cause us air pollution that further contributes to our increasing of average temperature in the earth, that is known as global warming. Okay, and next one is, and now we need to discuss about the impacts of non-biodegradable waste. I already discussed about the one of the impact of non-biodegradable waste. One impact is if it is not disposed properly, that will be remain in the environment for a longer period of time. At the same time, that will be destruct the nutrient recycling process, and thereby they will also kills or they causes harm to the useful microorganisms present in the environment. Okay, that is one of the important point. At the same time, if this particular plastic waste are accumulated on the environment, what will happen? There will be the chance for the spreading of the diseases by the activity, because that will act as a ground line for laying the eggs by the different flies, and these flies carries a microorganism that will cause human illness too. So these are the major important impact of our non-biodegradable waste also. Okay, and next question. Yeah, we are going to discuss about the next question. Am I audible, dears? Am I audible, dears? Okay, did you understand? Did you understand the concepts which we discussed till? Did you understand the concepts which we discussed till? Please put your comments in the comment section. Are you following me? Are you following me, dears? Are you following me? Nihal, Abhinav, Rabiha, are you following me? Yeah, tell me if you are following me or not. Is it need to decrease my speed? Is it needed to decrease my speed? Yes, Christo. Yes, Christo. Yeah, Christo is also here. Christo, tell me, are you able to follow me? Yes, Rabiha. Yes, dear. Are you able to follow me? Is it needed to decrease my speed? Is it needed to decrease my speed, Okay, thank you. Okay, my students and my buddies are there. Okay, next question is cool hands. Cool hands is made up of clay, you know that. Okay, we already discussed about this concepts. Cool hands and disposable paper cups both are used as an alternative for disposable plastic cups. Which one of those two can be considered a better alternative to the plastic cups and why? Okay, now here two options are there. First option is cool hand. Cool hand is made up of clay, we know that. Okay, and disposable paper cups. Dear, tell me, out of these two, which one you will be preferring? Which one you will be preferring? Because cool hand is good because cool hand is not at all creating that much of environmental problem, but indirectly they're creating some of the pollution also, because I will discuss about that. But I will suggest disposable paper cups rather than our cool hands, even though cool hand is very safe to use. What is the reason? What is the reason for that? Yeah, we can discuss about that. Okay. And this question is also somewhat same to the previous question. So I am discussing two questions simultaneously. I am discussing the answer to these two questions simultaneously. Questions are different, but their answer is completely similar. Okay, you can take the screenshot of the questions. Okay, this is a highlighted portions from your textbook regarding our previous questions and their answers. Okay, now we can discuss here. Previously, in the trains, the vendors were using plastic cups or plastic glasses itself. But what they done is, if one person is using the plastic cup or plastic glasses, they will be cleaned, and that will be given to the other passenger for serving the tea itself. That found to be very unhygienic practices. Because of that, plastic cups or glasses were replaced by another type of cups, that is disposable plastic cups. Okay, after this scenario, they were using the disposable plastic cups, and disposable plastic cups also contribute a lot of pollution problems in the environment, because disposable plastic cups is a one-time use. You can use a tea, and after that you can dump the disposable plastic cups into environment. Okay, that create a lot of problems in the environment, because disposable plastic cups are not at all degraded by any of the decomposers, and if some of the animals are taking that as a feed, they'll be stuck in their digestive system. Finally, that animals also die. Okay, that because of these problems, then disposable plastic cups were not able to follow out, and finally they replaced the disposable plastic cups with that of the cool hands itself. So we know that cool hands is made of clay. Cool hand is made of clay, but cool hand is comparatively very safe. But the major problem is that for making the cool hands, we need a lot of top fertile soils actually. If we are removing the top fertile soils, if we are removing the clay soils or top fertile soils to make the kulhans, there will not be any fertile soils. That finally leads to soil erosion, and fertility of the soils and land will be degraded itself. And by considering about that severe soil problems, kulhans are not using now, and the kulhans is replaced by, in some of the regions they are using the kulhans. Okay, now the kulhans is replaced by another type of cups, which is known as disposable paper cups. Even though they are also causing some pollution, but pollution level is comparatively very lower than using the plastic cups, disposable plastic cup, as well as a kulhans. Nowadays we are using the disposable paper cups to alternate to all these method itself. I hope it is clear, yes? Yes, Christo, that's right. Yes, Christo. Yeah, this is the answer. How beautifully I explained everything, Do you have any confusion over my explanations? How beautifully I explained all the concepts in detail. That's the power of Girls Call. Okay, Girls Call faculties. Okay, these are the points which I discussed, and you can take the screenshot of this. Yeah. Okay. Now, it's better to jump onto our heredity problem since we completed 30 minutes. Okay, now we can discuss about this multiple choice question. A system of interdependent food chains represent. Tell me, my students clap together and give the answer to the question. The question is, a system of interdependent food chains represents. The examples are, or options are, food web, trophic levels, ecosystem, and community. The MCQ questions or multiple choice questions are very important. Yes, Gosgo. Yes, Nihal. Nihal, my dear students, Rebecca, Christo, Abhinav, give the answer in the comment section. A system of interdependent food chains represents. A system of interdependent food chain represents. What is the answer? What is the answer? I know the answer. Yes. Where are you? I'm looking into your comments. I want to see you. What is the answer to this question? Hey, are you there? What's the answer to the question? What is the answer to the question? Rabiha, a system of interdependent food chains. A system of interdependent food chain. A system of interdependent food chain. Yes, that's right. A system of interdependent food chain. If one food chain is combined with the next food chain, or if food chains are interconnected with each other, that forms. Yes, Christo. Yes, Nihal. That's the perfect answer. Because if more than one food chain combine together and to make an interaction with each other, that forms a food web. This is the right answer. You got 1 mark. Yeah. Next question. Okay. Yeah. State with reasons any 2 possible consequences of elimination of decomposers from the earth. Okay. What are the major 2 consequences if you are eliminating the decomposers from the earth itself? What will happen? There will not be. The first is there won't be any decomposition process. There won't be any decomposition process. Decomposition can be defined as it is a conversion or degradation of the complex organic matter into simple inorganic matter with the help of our decomposers. So if the decomposers, what happens during the decomposers, what is exactly called decomposers? During the decomposers process, 1 minute. Yeah. During the decomposers process, decomposers act upon the dead organic matter, dead and decaying matter. It can be dead plants, it can be dead animals too. Okay, if they're acting upon, because dead and decay matters are made up of organic complex itself, and because of their action, complex organic matter will be converted into simple inorganic substances. Simple inorganic substance itself. It can be nitrogen, and it can be iron, it can be sulfur, it can be anything. These inorganic matters are exactly contributing the soil fertility. Okay, these inorganic matters are taken by different plants. This process is called nutrient recycling. Okay, if there is no decomposers, there will not be any nutrient recycling, because nutrient recycling will be negatively affected. Okay, nutrient recycling will be negatively affected. 1 minute, dears. Okay, nutrient recycling will be negatively affected. So these are the points you need to consider for this question. And next question, yeah, we discussed about all those points. Yeah. Okay, now this is the last question from our environment. After that, we can jump into our heredity chapter. Okay, food web is constituted by. Food web is constituted by relationship between the organisms and the environment, relationship between the plants and animals, various interlinked food chains and an ecosystem, relation between animals and environment. So what is the answer? What is the answer? I know my students are ready to give the answer to this question. Yes. What is the answer? Tell me. I'm looking through my phones for your comments. What is the answer? Yes, because the food web is constituted by, because food web is exactly made from the interconnected or interrelationship of the food chain itself. So what is the answer? The various interlinked food chains in an ecosystem constitute the food web. So this is the right answer. Yes, option C, Chris. So that's right. Option C is the right answer. Now we can discuss about the heredity chapter. Now we are moving on to the discussion of our heredity chapter. Yes. Okay, are you ready to discuss about the mathematical problems from the heredity? How many of you are ready to discuss about the mathematical problems from the heredity chapter? Because heredity chapter is very important. We will be dealing with, if you're having the logical concepts, you will be able to score maximum marks from the heredity chapter. Okay, now we are moving on to our heredity chapter. Yeah, first, some of the students are very afraid of this assertion recent type question, but even though it's very easy to understand. Okay, assertion: genes inherited from the parents decide the sex of a child. And the reason is chromosomes in a male child is inherited from his father. You can notice one point, that chromosomes in a male child is inherited from his father. We know that the female is called X. Females will be having XS chromosomes. Okay, females will be having XS chromosomes, and males will be having XY chromosomes. Okay, and during the fertilization process, there will be the segregation of gametes. Gametes should be encircled first of all. That is an important point you need to mention if you are illustrating the genetic rules. Okay, here the gametes will be segregated. These are the parents. These are the parents and these are the gametes. Okay, now the gametes are segregated, and what is the conclusion? One X chromosome from the female will fuses with one X chromosome from the male, and there will be the formation of female. There will be the formation of female or girl child. Okay, and next is one X chromosome, the same X chromosomes, if you are fertilizing with the Y sperm, the sperm which contain Y chromosomes, they will become as XY. This is a mismatched chromosomes where they will become as male. Otherwise, we can say it as boy. Okay, and next is there is one X chromosome is left. If this one X chromosome bind with one X chromosome from the male, the developing zygote will be female itself. Okay, at the same time, we have another probability here. If the same X chromosomes is fertilizing with the Y chromosome carrying sperms, they will be having, the zygote will be having XY combination, that will be boy or male itself. Okay, that means there is an equal possibility, there will be equal chances for getting boy as well as male during a sexual fertilization combining the gametic form. So what is the answer? X chromosome in a male child is inherited from his not father, it will be from mother itself. That means reason is false. Reason is absolutely false. Then what will be the option? If the reason is found to be false, the assertion will be true itself. So here the answer is assertion A is true and R is false. Okay, we solve this question. Okay, next question. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's very lengthy question, you know. This is a 4-mark question. This is a 4-mark question. This is a 4-mark question. 4-mark question. Okay. This is A section itself. The question is, in order to trace the inheritance of traits, mental closed P-plans having one contrasting character or a pair of contrasting characters. When he closed P-plans having round yellow seeds with P-plants having wrinkled green seeds. You know, he observed no plants with wrinkled green seeds were obtained in the F1 generation. When F1 generation P-plants were closed by self-pollination, F2 generation had seeds with a different combination of shape and color also. Write any 2 pairs contrasting characteristics of P plant used by mental other than mentioned above. So what is the answer to this question? The answer to this, notice the subpart whether it is A or B or C. Okay, that is A. So they were asking about the different combinations, contrasting characters he used for the experiment. That is, he used tall and dwarf. Okay, that is capital T into small t. He used height as a major character. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, he used the height as major character. Yeah, he used the height as a major character. Okay, now I will rewrite it. Don't worry, I will rewrite it. Okay, option A, it's not one, option A. He used tall with dwarf. He used height as a major character, and you can mention the genotype capital T closed with small t itself. And they asked about the 2 combinations. Now we can use purple or violet flower with that of the white flower. Okay, the genetic combination will be, we can use capital B and small v for the white flower. Okay, now what is the next question? Here, the differentiate between dominant and recessive trait. Okay, what is the major differences between dominant trait as well as the recessive trait? Let me explain. What is the differences between dominant trait and recessive trait? Okay, dominant trait are the trait that will be present or that will be expressed even one allele of a pair is present. That is one of the example for the dominant trait, and it is better to mention about one of the example for the dominant trait also. I given the definition. The example for the dominant trait is tall over short. Here we are considering the height of the plant. Here we are considering the height of the plant itself. Okay. Okay, here we are considering the height of the tall over short. Height of the plant. Okay, and next one is recessive trait. So what do you mean recessive trait? Okay, recessive trait are the trait that will be only expressed if the 2 allele combination of a pair is present. Okay, that is known as recessive trait. Example for the recessive trait will be short. And the genetic genotype is small t, because both allele should be in a recessive nature, then only the expression of this character. When it comes to tall, we can use capital T, at the same time we can use capital T, small t. That means one dominant allele is needed to express completely dominant character. That's why we are calling it as a dominant trait. And next question. What is the next question? State the ratio. Okay, the next question is state the ratio. 1 minute. 1 minute, dears. Okay, so state the ratio of the combinations observed in the seeds of. State the ratio of the combinations observed in the seeds of F2 generations in the above case. Okay, here we need to discuss about. Am I audible? Here we need to discuss about the state the ratio of the combination observed in the seeds of F2 generation in the above case. What do you interpret from this result? Okay, state the ratio of the combination observed in the seeds of F2 generation. So no need to go for the complete cross here. Okay, no need to go for the complete cross, because we will be, since it is for 2 marks, it's not for 3 marks. If it is for 3 marks, you could have mentioned about the complete cross. Here you can mention in one format. I will tell you. Here you can mention in one format, that is 1 minute. Yeah. In the dihybrid cross, they are mentioning about the dihybrid cross. One minute. Okay, in dihybrid cross, we need to take the parents, Okay, parents, parental combination. Parents are here. The male parent should be there and female parent should be there. Here we are taking capital R, capital Y, capital Y. That means round yellow. Round yellow, which is, yes, my students are waiting. Yeah, my students are waiting. Yes, Kashina, thank you, dear. Kashina, thank you. Thank you, dear. Okay, so round yellow is closed with wrinkled yellow. Here we are going to take another parent, female parent. So round yellow is closed with wrinkled yellow. Okay, dears. Yes. Here. Okay, here. Now we are going to discuss about the F1 generation. After the gamete formation, there will be the F1 formation. The F1 combination will be capital R, small r, capital Y, and small y. So, what is the phenotype of this combination? The phenotype will be round yellow. The phenotype will be round yellow itself. The phenotype will be round yellow. And finally, we need to take the F2 generation, right? And for that, we need to derive the gametes from the capital R and capital Y and small y. So, 4 gametes will be getting, that is capital R, small y, and capital R, capital Y, and small r, capital Y, and small r, small y. So these are the 4 gametic for the next parallel combination, But we know you need to derive 4 by 4 Punnett square and 16 progenies should be derived. That's very if it is for 3 marks you can do that, but if it is for 2 marks, no need to do that. You can complete the close here, and you can say that after the close After closing this gamete, you know, we will be getting nine round yellow. Round yellow. Round yellow combination will be nine. And wrinkled yellow. Wrinkled yellow. And their combination will be 3 itself. And next one is round green. Round green, their combination will be 3 itself. And finally, you will get the recessive character, that is wrinkled green. Wrinkled green, that will be 1. So we will be getting a phenotypic ratio that will be 9:3:1 itself. Okay, you can write down these points, then you will be able to score full marks. I am sure about that. Okay. Time is flying, my dears. Time is flying with you. Okay, so there is an odd question for this particular question, and we need to answer the odd questions too. Given below is a cross between pure white flowered peat plants and a pure violet flowered peat plants and a pure white flowered peat plants. Okay, diagrammatically explain what type of progeny is obtained in F1 generation and F2 generation. Pure white, you know one thing, if a question comes like, if a question is denoted by pure white flower, pure, here they mentioned about the pure means allele should be same here. Pure means allele should be same, and we know that according to the Mendel's experiment, the violet is contrasting feature and violet is dominant feature